In the Bhutanese capital of Thimphu is the DRAK TSHO Vocational Training Center. Established in 2001, DRAK TSHO is Bhutan's first ever vocational training center for people with disabilities. Currently, around 60 people, mostly youngsters, are here learning skills that will enable them to become active members of society. Jigme Wangmo is the founder of the center.
Oh, very good.
As the mother of a disabled child herself, Jigme came into contact with many other such children, leading her to question the status quo.
They have dream, and they have shared the dream with me, saying that, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could go to school. I wish I could learn so many things and be independent. They have that dream, but our people never thought that.
In Bhutan, parents with disabled children commonly think their offspring are unable to do anything for themselves. They simply keep them indoors and care for them at home. Jigme is trying to change such attitudes. She makes personal visits to parents, encouraging them to realize their disabled child's potential.
You never know.
In 2009, with Japanese assistance, Jigme opened a bakery to provide employment for young people who graduated from DRAK TSHO. Jigme has helped youngsters with disabilities for more than 10 years. It's their smiling faces that inspire her to continue her work.
I call them Little Buddha, not children with disabilities, but Little Buddha. Because they make us feel very kind, they make us feel generous, they make us feel compassionate.
In this special edition of Asia Insight, we follow the progress and development of some of Jigme's little Buddhas over the course of a year. The DRAK TSHO Vocational Training Center is located on the outskirts of the capital of Thimphu. At 8:30 in the morning, a bus arrives carrying students. All 63 people who are currently studying at the center have intellectual and/or physical disabilities. They range from children to young adults. Each day begins with sutra chanting to pray for a good day. Morning lessons then get underway.
Good morning.
Students learn English, arithmetic, and the local Dzongkha language. The center aims to teach them the minimum academic skills they need to participate in society. The center has 7 qualified teachers and 5 assistants. Afternoons are devoted to occupational training. Students make traditional Bhutanese crafts and learn other practical skills. Everyone is taught according to his or her own abilities. There are 7 vocational courses, including embroidery, painting, and needlework. Most students are ready to find employment after 5 or 6 years. Since the center opened, 70 graduates have been able to find stable work. Goods made by the students are sold in gift shops at Paro International Airport, with any profits made used to help run the training center. Jigme introduces us to the center's most talented painter.
This boy is quite fast. He does very fast.
Jigme Wangmo is deaf. He also has a slight intellectual impairment. He completed his training and now works at the center painting Buddhist art. He earns a monthly wage of around $80. That's less than Bhutan's average, but sufficient to make a living. 26-year-old Dorji was born and raised in a mountain village in the south of Bhutan. When he was 2 years old, he lost his hearing after developing an unexplained fever. People in the village had little understanding of disabilities, and other kids often bullied him. In 2003, Dorji started to attend Drazo after his elder brother heard about the center from a friend. Staff say he was shy and withdrawn. He stayed with relatives who lived in the area and kept coming to the center. Separated from his parents and village, it was Jigme who took him under her wing. Physical education is also an important part of training at Drazo, with lessons held once a week. This is where Dorji was able to discover some hidden talents. He turned out to be the fastest runner at the center. This ability became a real boost to his confidence. At the 2011 Athens Special Olympics, he ran for Bhutan in the mixed 400-meter relay. Dorji led the team to victory with a gold medal. Dorji no longer stays with relatives and now lives in the city by himself. With the pay he receives as a painter, he's been able to rent his own place. His Special Olympics gold and other medals from domestic competitions are proudly on display. But for Dorji, there are much more important things in life than only excelling in sports and arts. Dorji cherishes this picture of him with his mother. Since he came to Drazo, he's only been able to return to his home village once. Dorji's mother is 65. Around a year ago, she started having stomach problems and had to reduce her food intake. As there are no large hospitals in the province where she lives, it's been difficult to obtain an accurate diagnosis for her condition. On his days off, Dorji continues to paint. His favorite place is this hill on the outskirts of Thimphu. He says the view reminds him of his home village. Dorji's only visit home was 3 years ago. He says the villagers were surprised to see how he'd grown since they last saw him. Thanks to the Drazo Center, Dorji's life has changed dramatically. He's now much stronger and fulfilled. Jigme was born and raised in western Bhutan. As a youth, she learned Taekwondo and became a successful martial artist. She went on to teach Taekwondo for Bhutan's Olympic Committee after graduating from university in India. Jigme married at the age of 18 and was blessed with 3 children. While raising them, she worked as a volunteer at a hospital. That's where she first came into contact with people with disabilities, as she began to think about their needs.
They have dream, and they have shared the dream with me, saying that, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could go to school. I wish I could learn so many things and be independent. They have that dream, but our people never thought that these people can be independent, or they have some desire, or they have feelings on, just any passions, just like any normal people.
In a turn of fate, her eldest son Peldon was found to have a learning disability when he was 8. Jigme knew she had found her calling and borrowed a friend's garage to start giving volunteer lessons to children with disabilities. She later decided to expand her activities and create a support center. And in 2001, with her own savings and assistance from a fund chaired by Her Majesty the Queen Mother, she founded DRAK TSHO, Bhutan's first ever vocational training center for people with special needs.
Time waste, why you're wasting your life? I said no. I wanted to prove, that these children can do so.
DRAK TSHO is a combination of the words high mountain and ocean. Jigme says she wants her students to have ambitions as high as the mountains and receive benevolence as deep as the sea. Jigme lives in Thimphu with her 2 children. Her son Peldon learned needlework at DRAK TSHO and now teaches younger students. Her daughter Deki studied education for the disabled at university and now works at DRAK TSHO. On this day, Jigme is visiting a family in the western part of the city. The Shashi Rise run a small neighborhood restaurant. Their eldest daughter, Pranita, is 21. She has an intellectual disability. Her parents believe that she is incapable of doing anything by herself. They decided not to send her to school and have always tended to her every need.
पानी तताएर लगेर साबुन जालो रेडी राख्दियो आधा घण्टासम्म बन्द गरेर राख्दा नहुँदैन
गर्मी त्यस्तै लाग्छ हजुर गर्मी के गर्छ कस्तो बस
यस्तो केही गर्दैन नाना
यो तपाईहरुले एकदम मन राखेर उले आदत भएछ you can take care of yourself few life skills and few सिक्नुपर्छ त्यो सिक्यो भने त राम्रो के अब तपाईले के you never know उले के गर्न सक्छ थाहा छैन अब उते चान्स दिनुपर्छ नि यस्तै
Jigme eventually persuades Pranita's parents to let their daughter start attending the center.
ल आउनु ल
हुन्छ भन हुन्छ भन हुन्छ भन
ल अब जाने म गएको तपाईँ बस्नु
कति खुसी भएको लाँदैन बस्नु
लाँदैन ल बस्नु आमाको यो
Jigme tells Pranita's parents staff from the center will come to collect their daughter in 2 days. After caring for her at home all this time and never letting her go outside by herself, Pranita's father is overcome with emotion. Two days later, and Pranita's first day at Drazo arrives.
बसाउँछ र फेरि बसाउँछ
The center's minibus comes to pick up Pranita at 8 a.m.
छिटो बसमा भरे उनीहरूले ल्याइदिन्छ उनीहरूले ल्याइदिन्छ भित्र गएर 7
Pranita was reluctant to change her clothes and heads to Drazo still in her pajamas.
मैले लिएर आउँछु नि ल म लिएर आउँछु
Her father can't help worrying whether his daughter will be able to handle everything by herself. The minibus arrives at the center.
फोन गर्नुले साथीहरू त कति छ गर्ने
Jigme has chosen Tandin, a student with mild cerebral palsy, to take care of Pranita.
Good morning. Tante aja, tante come here. Oh, good morning. Oh. Namban, kya nam? Huh? Namban. Huh? Pranita. 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 Oh, Pranita. Huh?
Tandin escorts Pranita to the classroom. Her first lesson is English.
Who is Sona? Read more. Look and read. Look around the ocean, baby.
Pranita spends most of the lesson looking out the door. The change of environment is sudden and a lot for her to take in.
Now D means what? D.
After her lessons, her father takes Pranita to a cloth shop that makes traditional Bhutanese attire.
यो दक्षो स्कुलको ड्रेस
In Bhutan, students usually wear traditional clothing as a uniform. Pranita tries on a kira, a classic outfit for women. It's the first time for her father to see his daughter wearing a formal outfit.
राम्रो लाग्छ कति राम्रो देखियो Bunuh? Jom. Duit kap pusat. Oh. Chal, ne kap pusat.
Since letting Pranita attend Drazo, her father has been encouraging her to help out where she can.
Oi, पुस्दैछस्? एकदम सफा गरे तीनटा.
He's doing his best to stop treating her with kid gloves. It's Pranita's 4th day at the center. Pranita is wearing the kira her father bought her.
राम्रो छ हेर्नु स्कुलको ड्रेस लगाएर हो नानी.
On this day, Pranita feels more relaxed, and her attitude is slowly changing.
Very book, notebook write the best English.
With help from her new friend Tandim, Pranita starts to practice the alphabet. Before long, she's writing letters by herself.
Yeah. Ready, Nagara?
There are an estimated 20,000 people living with disabilities in Bhutan. Over the past decade, the government has begun offering more support to children with disabilities. At this public school in Thimphu, children with disabilities are provided with special classes, including the Dzongkha language, English and arithmetic lessons. There are still only 8 such schools in Bhutan, but the government plans to increase their number in the future. Bhutan's education ministry has been studying the work Drazo is doing and uses it as a model.
It was Drazo, a wise thinking, who started providing life skills to adult disabled. The Ministry of Education also wants to start such vocational part-time programs attached with the school.
It's August, and the Bhutanese summer is nearing its end. The students of Drazo meet at a city sports ground. It's time for the weekly physical education lesson, and Pranita has become an active participant since joining the center. The lesson lasts for 1 hour. Pranita seems to be having fun and enjoying herself with her classmates. Jigme has also been encouraging Pranita to do occupational training. Pranita has also gotten used to helping out around the house. Today, she's washing one of her dad's shirts.
किनभने हामीले पहिलादेखि नै यसरी लाउन सकेको थियो भनेदेखि चाहिँ अझै बाठो हुने थियो रहेछ अब हो किनभने हामीदेखि अलिक टाढा भयो त्यो भएर नि अहिले हामीलाई त एकदम खुसी लाग्छ
Four months after joining Drazo, Pranita is becoming less dependent on her parents. Dorji's life too has seen more change. The artist and athlete from the center is now looking after himself, having found a place to work. He's employed at a workshop on the outskirts of Thimphu. Workers at the shop make Buddhist altars, a standard fixture in most Bhutanese homes. Dorji is one of 10 craftspeople employed at the workshop.
마슈치 진단이다 님나로 같이 레지메르 땅서 통치라 페니싱베로 같이 베로 레지메르 배우면 돼 노서 땅 항베로 같이 칼라메다 덩더라
Dorji now earns around $145 a month, almost twice what he previously earned at the training center. Life in Thimphu continues to move in a positive direction for Dorji. On this day, he's on his way to visit Jigme with something important to discuss. He wants to talk about his mother. Jigme warmly encourages Dorji and says he should try to bring his mother to the city. Dorji takes on a second job, painting altars in people's homes in the evenings. He works hard to save enough money so that his mother can join him. Late November, at the bus terminal in Thimphu. Dorji is getting ready to board a bus. He's taking a short break to travel back to his home village. He wants to convince his mother to come to Thimphu. This is his first trip home in 3 years. In the 10 years since he's been living in the city, Dorji has only been home once. The bus departs at 7 a.m. Dorji's home is in the province of Pimagatsel, roughly 700 kilometers away. It'll take 3 days to get there. Dorji makes a new friend on the bus. 24-year-old Yeshi is also returning home for the first time in several years. In Bhutan, people from different regions speak different languages. Dorji and Yeshi, however, are able to communicate using simple gestures and sign language. The bus passes over a 3,700-meter-high mountain pass. The bus stops to give passengers a chance to stretch their legs. Dorji has made another friend. He uses a pen and paper to ask her name and where she's from. She tells him that she's 19 and works at a bakery in Thimphu. They eventually swap numbers. The town of Tashigan is 550 kilometers east of Thimphu. This is where Dorji's new friends have to get off, and they bid their farewells. On day 3 of the journey, Dorji nears his home province. The mountain roads are rough and in poor condition. "54 hours after leaving the capital, Dorji finally reaches his destination. In the Panagatseol province, villages are scattered throughout the mountains at altitudes of over 1,000 meters. Locals normally farm the land and raise cattle. Dorji is from the village of Yalang. He feels excited, knowing that he'll see his family for the first time in 3 years. Not knowing what time he'd arrive, his family have been waiting outside since morning to greet him. Dorji's brothers have taken time off work to welcome him home. Dorji then goes to meet his mother. More than 20 of Dorji's relatives have gathered to welcome him home. Some of the younger ones are meeting him for the first time. Dorji's younger sister is preparing a festive meal. She's back to help out, even though she's married and has already left home. She's made cheese and fried vegetables, some of Dorji's favorite foods. Dorji has a surprise for his mother. Dorji wants his mother to keep warm through the harsh winter months. Eventually, the time comes for Dorji to talk with his mother about his plans to bring her to Thimphu. Dorji's mother is very reluctant to move to the capital. But he doesn't give up trying to persuade her.
Amushu jangkami thale ina no GPS lo mala na thalo mala me amu marni iwa mi nan nangdok pila me amu shugotin le tiru ubile aiga tiru bile kele zale tiru mole kele nan kopa
Dorji's brother convinces him to give up on his idea. The following day, after only a single night back home, Dorji has to return to Thimphu. Before he leaves, he takes his mother to the well. Dorji wants to wash her hair for her. There's one last thing Dorji wants to do for his mother before he leaves. He starts to paint her portrait. It's his first time to show her some of the skills he has learned at Drazo. Minutes later, the picture is complete.
Madak ba itu? Madak Pranita. Rokting ko lang yung pagi. Erang bili tong mala. Lakong narokte ba kigani initan sulila. Erang initan jako lagi.
It's almost time for Dorji to leave. He holds on tight to his mother's hand, knowing their short time together will soon be over.
Ma.
Dorji doesn't know when he'll next be able to see his mother and family. And leaving isn't easy. Although his mother has bad legs and has trouble standing, she watches her son leave until he's out of sight. Three days later, life in Thimphu is back to normal for Dorji, but his thoughts are still with his family back home. Meanwhile, at Drazo, some of the hearing-impaired students are practicing a dance routine. The UN designates December 3rd as the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. The students are planning to put on a performance for the occasion. Although they can't hear the music, they are able to dance in time by feeling the bass vibrations through the soles of their feet. Inside, Pranita is learning English. These days, Pranita is always full of smiles and loves being at the center. The day of the commemorative event arrives. It's a chance for the students of Drazo to show their families and special guests the progress they've made over the past year. First up is a dance performed by the hearing-impaired students. Dorji is back to join in. The show is a great success and goes down well.
I could not like it.
Later, all the students take part in the 100-meter dash. Pranita joins in too. but she gets off to a slow start.
Pranita, sit up. Good, sit up, fast. Sit up, sit up, sit up.
Pranita does her best, but finishes last. Still, her father is over the moon.
राम्रो लाग्यो मेरो छोरी फर्स्ट भइदिएको भए हुन्थ्यो भने जस्तो भयो धेरै अब सिक्दैछ र राम्रो हुँदैछ अझै राम्रो हुन्छ कि अझै राम्रो हुन्छ कि भनेर आशा गरेको छु
To end the day, all the students, staff, and family members dance in a circle to pray for future happiness. Jigme calls her precious students little Buddhas. She watches contentedly at how they have grown. The following day, Jigme walks up to a Tibetan Buddhist temple on a hill overlooking Thimphu. She sometimes comes here to meditate in the temple's main hall. She begins with a prayer before the altar. Then she meditates. Her mind is with all the little Buddhas she has known so far, and the ones she will meet in the future.
Our children have been, actually living in the backyard, in the dark. They have not been exposed to education or training or whatever other programs that is enjoyed by able people. So at Drazo we are trying to actually complement all that and provide all that they have missed in their life.
Jigme Wangmo continues her work to set her little Buddhas on the road to an independent and happy life.